Hi everybody, my name is Robbie Cirillo, the chef and owner of Stone Soup American Bistro in Herkimer, New York. I want to welcome you guys to a little cooking class and see what we can use when it comes to local products, produce from Herkimer County, in collaboration with Cornell Cooperative Extension and benefiting proceeds going towards Loaves of Fishes in Herkimer also. Today I want to start talking about the story behind Stone Soup. It's a nice little fairy tale about two strangers that got lost in the woods, and they stumbled across a little village, and they were hungry, they were cold, and they were wet. They wanted a warm place to stay. They definitely wanted some warm food to help them feel better. So the story comes as there's a bunch of farmers that had all the vegetables locally available. A butcher had some meat for them to have, and a dairy farmer had some milk and cream and some eggs for the strangers to use to make a soup. Now, nobody wanted to help them out except for a little kid that they met along the way. And this is my interpretation of Stone Soup, and a little cross between traditional chicken soup and Asian ramen. And obviously the first thing we're going to start off with is some chicken. So I like using a 3.5 pound chicken for about 2.5 to 3 gallons of water. And then our simple aromatics we have carrots, some celery, onions and garlic. But my little twist on this one for me is going to be a good amount of ginger. And then I like using dry mushrooms. They have more of a umami flavor, deep, rich. It's one of those flavors that you don't know what it comes from, but you definitely feel it and taste it in your mouth. And then the last one is definitely going to be some dry kombu. Kombu is a dry seaweed, been salted, cured, and it also lends that umami flavor. And the thing is, for me, I don't add any salt to this because of the fact that we have that natural flavor of salt coming from the ocean through that seaweed. Then I add a little bit of rice wine vinegar. And then I think the secret ingredient, honestly, is fish sauce. Now, it has no shellfish into it, but it does lend that saltiness to it, that umami flavor. It really helps deepen and enrichen the flavor of a soup. I recommend to add that to any kind of soup that you guys make. Doesn't have to be the Stone Soup, but even if your traditional chicken soup, your wedding soup, anything you guys make, this is one of the secret flavors I think that a lot of home cooks don't get to use. Now, after about 6 to 8 hours worth of cooking the chicken stock, we're going to assemble it. Now, what we do at the restaurant, Stone Soup, I like using Vietnamese style pho noodles. You can choose your own. Like I said, this is a little interpretation of chicken noodle soup. So instead of using regular pasta, I like using rice noodles. A is gluten-free, so a lot more people can enjoy it. And also the rice noodles tend to take in more of the flavor of the broth. So what we normally do at the restaurant, the rice noodles, now the chicken has been cooked in the stock for about 6 to 8 hours. And then all the vegetables we can find. So we got some carrots, mushrooms, onions, some green beans. And then this time of year also, central New York, all along the East Coast, we have a really good abundant amount of fiddlehead ferns, which is my favorite kind of vegetable, cross between asparagus and green beans. Fun to eat, rich in omega-3s, a lot of vitamins, B12, and then also niacin also, which is extremely good for you. And then my favorite onion in the world, it's hard to beat a ramp, or file leeks they call them. People like to tend to take off the tops on them and just like to have the bottoms. I myself really enjoy the flavor of the greens that come out of it, along with the stems. They have a little bit more bitterness to it. And then the root, that's where you're gonna get the onion flavor from. And it's gonna be sweet, a little bit of saltiness to it. And then we're gonna add a hard-boiled egg. And then I love any kind of basil. This is my favorite basil, the Thai basil. And I always give a little smash and a rub. That's all the aroma come out of it. And on top, some scallions, toasted sesame seeds. And this is Stone Soup.